Burnout without the breakdown. Nothing snapped. Nothing collapsed in a way people could point to. You didn't cry in public. You didn't disappear for weeks. You didn't quit your job overnight. You kept going. And that's the problem. From the outside, everything still works. Your schedule is full. Your responsibilities are handled. Your replies arrive on time. You wake up. You get dressed. You move through the day like you always have. Nothing looks wrong. But inside, something is quietly missing. Not sadness, not panic, not despair that demands attention, just a dull absence. You feel tired, but not the kind of tired that sleep fixes. You rest. You take days off. You go to bed earlier than usual, and still when morning comes, nothing feels restored. This is burnout without the breakdown. No dramatic moment, no visible crash, no clear line where everything went wrong. You're still functioning, and because of that, no one worries. Sometimes you don't even worry. You tell yourself you're fine. After all, you're still doing what needs to be done. You're not failing. You're not falling apart. You're not asking for help. So it must not be burnout. Burnout, people think, looks loud. It looks like tears, like breakdowns, like someone finally saying, I can't do this anymore. But this kind is quieter. It sounds like silence inside your head, like motivation that never quite arrives, like moving from task to task without feeling connected to any of them. You finish something important, and instead of relief, there's nothing. No satisfaction, no sense of completion, just the next thing waiting. Life starts to feel like maintenance, not something you experience, something you manage. You handle problems efficiently. You make decisions logically. You keep things moving. But there's no energy behind it. It's not that you don't care. It's that caring feels distant, like it belongs to a version of you that existed before everything became constant effort. You remember when things used to pull you forward. Curiosity, excitement, a sense of direction. Now nothing pulls. You push yourself instead, quietly, relentlessly. And because you're still moving, no one tells you to stop. Rest doesn't fix this. Sleep helps your body, but not the heaviness. A weekend gives you space, but not relief. Even time off feels strangely empty, because the exhaustion isn't physical. It's the exhaustion of meaning, of doing things because they must be done, not because they matter to you anymore. And that's hard to explain. How do you tell someone you're tired without being able to point to a reason? They look at your life. They see stability, function, progress. They say, but you seem fine. So you nod. You agree. You stop trying to describe it. Because there's no language for being exhausted while everything still works. You don't feel broken. You don't feel shattered. You feel worn thin. Like you've been stretched across too many days without anything filling you back up. This kind of burnout doesn't ask for attention. It doesn't interrupt your life. It slowly replaces it. Until one day you notice you're no longer really present. You're there, but distant, participating without engagement. You laugh when expected. You respond when spoken to. You do what's required. And inside, everything feels flat, not painful, just empty. This is the loneliness of burnout without collapse, because it doesn't give you permission to stop, or slow down, or ask for help. After all, Nothing is technically wrong. You're just tired in a way that doesn't show. And maybe the hardest part is not knowing when it started. There was no moment, no clear before and after, just a gradual fading, a quiet draining that went unnoticed because you kept functioning. So if this feels familiar, not dramatic, not urgent, not catastrophic, you're not imagining it. And you're not weak for feeling it. This isn't a breakdown. It's something quieter. Something that exists in people who never stop long enough to fall apart. People who stay standing, even when everything inside feels hollow. There's nothing to fix here. No solution offered. Just recognition. Just the quiet truth that burnout doesn't always scream. Sometimes it whispers, and sometimes it sounds exactly like this. End.